Hey traders from around the world, what's going on? It's me, Jeremy Alexander Newsom with Real Life Trading. Hope you're doing absolutely marvelous. The weekend has passed us. It is indeed Monday afternoon while you may be watching this. If you're watching it, it's not Monday afternoon. Thanks for watching. Regardless, got a few things to talk about today. Earnings season is definitely upon us. Some big names are coming out. I'll be looking at some of those in this recording, so stay tuned. Here's the SPY, and we did end with an inside day candle. I mentioned that I think we trade lower on the day, but we did not. I mean, really just end up with an inside day candle. Really, what does this mean? Overall, it just means that we're resting. This is a 2-day pennant pattern, and theoretically, you could call it a 3-day, very, very small diamond pattern. Kind of an interesting shape, honestly. But remember, markets can correct in time or price. So what that means is if the stock trades sideways and then bounces, we could easily continue higher. That would be a correction in time. Correction in price will look a little bit more like this if the stock pulls back and dips and then we bounce. I still think that we have a nice little bullish edge. I like it out here today. Technically is a new white soldier and it is an inside day candle. I do not expect tomorrow to be an inside day candle. Here's your hourly time frame. And realistically today, not a lot of movement. Very, very small range overall. Ended up on the day plus 0.3 R. Got 9.5 R total for the month in day trade. So realistically, hitting my monthly goal. We got a few days left. We'll see what ends up transpiring for the rest of July. You never know. But today was a slow day, right? Which is totally fine. As long as you lose small and you can fight to, live to fight another day, that's pretty much the point of it. So right in the middle of the month for July, inside day candle. Tomorrow we either move higher or lower. Of that, I'm pretty confident. Here's the DIA. Again, the Dow Jones. Nice little potential stair-step pattern here. Trading sideways for 3 days. If we continue trading sideways for 3 days and the moving averages catch up and we pop, probably will continue to cause a little bit of a bullish move out there. The Qs today, actually a decently bullish move on the Qs. The Qs did make a higher high and a higher low today and likely will continue to do so. And your IWM, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely gorgeous textbook, print it out, write it down, jot it down, create a flashcard, nail it on your refrigerator. Perfect pennant pattern on IWM. This pennant pattern can break in either direction. It is a continuation pattern, so if it breaks bullish, the trend should continue. And if it breaks bearish tomorrow, specifically with a gap down, that would be great. If it gap down to here, you probably will get some very fast and fierce selling for about 2 to 3 days, and then we probably again look to buy the bounce. So great pennant pattern. We have rested on the Russell for 4 days in a row. Likely tomorrow and at the latest Wednesday, I think we get another short-term direction movement in the overall market out there. Let's talk about Apple today. Apple, bam, slammed its head against a nice little target. Here's the 100 simple moving average. Again, great signal. Beautiful Chris Hemsworth. Well, that doesn't sound like that great. Beautiful Chris Hemsworth. A man crushing. Anyway, Thor, the hammer of Thor, one white soldier out of support, beautiful. And if you combine that with this 3-day candle pattern, there's your Morningstar reversal. Apple pops, had a little bit of a 3-day flag pattern right here, continue to trade higher. 2-day or 3-day stair-step pattern right there, and then bam, we trade up higher into the 100 simple moving average. So Vlad had some August calls, sold those for a profit. Great job. Earnings is coming up. I will be writing an article on Apple earnings, and I'll be emailing that out to you guys very soon. Don't know what's going to happen from here, but I can say there's a very, very good resistance. And for those who have shares, you could consider a 105 August week 1 covered call. August week 1 expiring the first Friday in August. And my thought process is after this realistically about a 10% bullish bounce on Apple inside of this range, if we do gap up in this general area, I could experience and consider some selling that could come in on Apple. Just keep an eye on that one, see what's going on. The other big names out there, not a lot happening. Amazon looks interesting. Neil's got a put sale, nice little high wave candle today. Tesla looks a little bit more on the north of the bullish side. Looking to keep an eye on Tesla, got a plan on Tesla. Really nice little pattern right here. And tomorrow, if Tesla can pull back a little bit to maybe the halfway point of this candle, about 223, I might look to add to some positioning, placing a stop below the low of today. So keep your eye on Tesla. I like this volume spike, and I think it can make a quick bullish thrust up into about 240 before earnings gets here. Speaking of earnings, ladies and gentlemen, it's out. Netflix is gapping on earnings, and so far, it's down about 15%. Pretty big gap down on Netflix. And again, here's kind of my zones. So right now we're printing at 83.98. So it is smack dab in the middle of my bearish and bullish zone, which means depending on how it opens, I might be a little bit more cautious tomorrow. We will see. If it opens in this green zone, pretty much above 85, I will keep an eye on it to be a little bit more bullish. And if it opens down here in this $83 zone, I'll expect it to be a little bit more bearish tomorrow. We will see what happens. That's pretty much it, right? I thought it was going to gap up. It didn't. No big deal. So we can take these two off almost guaranteed. These two boxes right here. I don't think we're going to get up to those tomorrow morning. In fact, I'd be massively shocked. And anyway, Netflix is gapping down. So if we pull up the weekly 100 simple moving average, the 100 simple moving average is at 87.04. So it's right about here. So we're gapping to some support as long as we don't open above 84.81, which right now, we'll see. It's getting close. So if we hang out at this exact level tomorrow at open, it will be likely a smidge bearish out there on Netflix. So if you did have any bullish positions on Netflix over earnings, just kind of keep that in mind. You can always mitigate your risk and kind of take it from there. So there's Netflix gapping down. Tomorrow will be very interesting. Facebook up 2.5% today. Here's your daily chart on Facebook. Dean Chance still got his shares. Nice little volume spike. Nice little pin-up pattern right there. If Facebook can slightly pull back tomorrow and bounce, I think it continues higher into earnings. And then on earnings, don't know, maybe a gap up. Here's Google, Googl. Google, very nice little bullish candle today. Huge bullish move. It all kind of transpired this little pennant pattern right there. Gapped up above the pennant pattern, retested long-term moving averages, and continued very, very nicely. So I did buy to close that very long-term put sale I had on Google way down here for a profit. So that's done. We pretty much closed right on this resistance on Google today. And bottom line, it was a great buy low, sell high. There's your resistance. We paused at it today, volume increased, and it probably trades up into here before earnings, and then from there, no idea what happens. Let's look at CREE. This did gap not too long ago the other day, and it was actually a pretty decent bullish gap. Was not on earnings. Earnings are in mid-August. Right now you have 3 candles in a row. That's a pennant pattern. So keep your eye on CREE tomorrow. If it closes above the high or closes below the low of today, likely and potentially the direction that it goes. GILD was keeping an eye on this one for Bobby Kindle. Bobby, good try, man. He was looking to play it bearish. Earnings are coming up in a few days. You came, you saw, you lost an R, you mitigated your risk, your account's still around, everything's fine, you're good to go. Let's try again. United, ticker symbol UAL, my good buddy David Lane over in Tokyo in bullish on this trade. He noticed this double bottom and he got in bullish. Earnings are coming up and he said he is going to hold over earnings. So my thought on UAL, you're absolutely right, David. Very, very nice channel-ish looking thing between 40 and 50. And kind of here it is. It happened before. So if it gaps up, you and a lot of other people will probably be selling, I would assume, right? If it gaps up to 50.24, that'd probably be a good place for a lot of people to sell. So for my day traders, right, you had a really good bullish move, nice 20% gain if it gaps up into that area. And people will probably sell to lock in a profit. If it gaps down, again, this is a little bit of a neckline of a double bottom. We could still gap down, trade all the way back down, retest that neckline, and bounce again. So if that happens, keep your eyes for a buy low, sell high on United. Delta, ticker symbol DAL, a little bit of a small bearish candle today. I think this is a wave 4. 1, 2, 3. I think this is a wave 4 of some kind, either a pullback or retracement or something. And then Delta probably continues to bounce just a little bit higher on ticker symbol DAL. We do have 2 swing trades for those in the afternoon swing trading floor. We're still in Western Digital. My target is 53.03. I'm holding because of this really, really nice bullish gap. And if it hits that before earnings, then I'll get out. And if it doesn't, I might hold overall because it's a really, really good bullish gap. I just love everything about this right here on WDC. So keep your eyes on Western Digital for a bullish continuation, I guess is what I'm trying to say. MPC. Still in MPC as well. We put ourselves a time stop on this one. My note as of Friday right here, if we don't make a higher high, which would be a break of 37.80 by tomorrow at end of day, I'm going to be getting out of Marathon Pete for hopefully a very, very, very small profit, but not a loss. XLE, which is the energy ETF, pretty flat day. Again, this bull put spread looks totally fine. This is a credit spread, and it was a 14% returner. Pretty nice little move, filled back on July 7th, and that one's looking okay on XLE. And 2 more for the day. Hasbro. What's up, Hasbro? Hasbro gapped down. Nice white candle. Got to give a shout out to my good friend Stephen King. He noticed this gap was a very, very strong bullish gap, trapping everyone who bought that pivot in the pink line. Once it broke the 100, which it did very, very quickly, it was pretty much gone. So Hasbro moved very, very quickly today. Too quick for most of us to take. I don't know anyone in the room who did trade Hasbro, but strong volume, strong gap. Looking at this weekly chart, actually looks like it might head down a little bit more. So if you're looking to pay HAS bullish, I'd probably wait for a little bit of a retest into 82, trade down lower, and then probably try to play it bullish down around 70. If you're looking to play it bearish, keep your eyes on this gap. It's a very blue chip, buy and hold, choppy kind of stock. I probably won't short that myself, but just something to kind of keep an eye out for if you're looking to play Hasbro bullish. Wait for that pullback. And last but not least for today, gotta go look at Ingalls for my brother Freebird out in New York City. So ticker symbol IMKTA. Here's your daily chart. And your daily chart, what's interesting is this one really is going to be stuck for a little while. So if you do have some shares, I probably would consider covered calls because the 200 simple moving average is coming out the gate. Here's your resistance from the previous pivot. You got the 200 simple moving average there. And as you just might have noticed, here's your weekly time frame. The 100 simple moving average also hanging out right there on Ingalls. So this is a good resistance. If it breaks through this price, I really like the move for it to continue up higher. It's got a long way to go, but I don't think it happens for the next few weeks. So if you do have some shares, could consider some covered calls until it breaks out of there and hold on because that puppy could really move. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the review for this Monday. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. You guys are amazing as always. And if you have any requests between now and Wednesday, any stocks that you want to look at, let me know. Email me, jeremy@reallifetouring.com. Message me on Twitter, add me some nuggets, post it on our Facebook page, LinkedIn, whatever your flavor of social media juice, feel free to drink it because I'll be there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you Wednesday. And until then, remember, love life, live life, and trade it. See you.